Hey guys, it's me again, and I thought I'd try something a little different for once. This is very much a video game channel, and I've never dealt with anything other than that. I want to do something else for once, so today I'll be doing a quick overview of a cartoon show and give my impressions of it. The show I'm referring to is called Modifiers. We start off with gothic music showing us the setting of Modifiers. A bird is doing what birds do, I suppose, and stone statues fly, apparently. The scene then changes to the Museum of Really Odd Stuff. Not something I'd personally call a museum, but you know, each his own. A British rat with a voice as rough as his appearance comes out of a shit pipe and comes across the all-seeing eye. He easily bypasses the security, and from the looks of things, they didn't install many lasers to keep out intruders. A bug lands on the rat's nose, which causes him to sneeze and sets off the alarm. The rat later appears hiding in yet again, another shit stream with the eye. He gets so caught up in becoming his boss's favorite pet that he doesn't notice the goth chick standing right next to him named Lacey Shadows. The two get at it with each other, and Lacey ends up tricking the rat to show her the eye. Once the rat does this, she snatches the eye away from him, and apparently she's not in that big of a hurry because the rat instantly grabs it back and somehow stuffs it inside his helmet. I don't know about that. The rat also doesn't seem to be in that big of a hurry, as he doesn't run either, and Lacey quickly gets it back and runs off. Lacey hides inside a mailbox, and the rat gets chased by the most self-conscious cop ever. Lacey gets to her ship, but not before the rat manages to sneak aboard. Lacey arrives into what I guess is her headquarters, and reverts back into... It's not really clear, into Agent Zero, with an X. Her accent also seems to change as well for some reason. One more thing, she has some killer sideburns. Her briefcase turns into her small companion Mole. Zero drops her ring onto Mole's antenna, which I really hope wasn't his robo-dick, because that looked painful. Christ, look at the size of that thing. How does that even stay on? The story of Modifiers is explained as them being a secret organization that stops crime by changing their appearances. And that's really about it. The two receive a call from the ring and start trying to fly for some reason. Physics don't really work that way. The screen on the ring reveals their boss, Cats. With a K and a Z at the end because, nothing in this world can be spelled properly. It's very strange. Not only that, but he sure does look like a cat. They have a military-like conversation that I think would make any sergeant cringe. Zero gags the eye out of Mole, and they've prepared to deliver it to Cats. Zero then tries to do what any smart professional does, and that's mess with the thing that she's supposed to keep safe. Mole won't allow her to, and beknownst to them, the rat is, yet again, getting covered in shit. The rat causes a water pipe to explode, and he escapes with the eye. Cats calls them again, and they must have really good mail service, as he is wondering why he hasn't received the eye yet. Fuck! It took me like 7 days once to get a package from New York to Oregon once. They got some killer mail service. Zero hangs up on him, and she and Mole go after the rat. Rat proceeds to do this. Zero's ship gets eaten by a termite, and Rat gets to his base. Zero and the Mole land in a graveyard, and she becomes British. Again. Rat meets his leader, Baron Vane. Or is it Vaughn? I don't know. Maybe it's a me thing, but maybe calling your boss things like your misery and your wretchedness isn't the best way to start a conversation. Baron seemingly breaks all of his fingers at once in a menacing pose. He moves into the light and shows off the true horror of his face. Zero transforms into Lacey, and when Baron sees her, he gets really excited. It's kinda strange that a creepy monster would be into his enemy. I can't see this going anywhere in the future. For some reason, Baron doesn't believe his very own henchman that Lacey is a modifier, and she manages to get the eye back with the old switcheroo. Lacey then turns back into Zero, and she and Mole walk away into the fog. Meanwhile, the rat is halfway inside a giant fish when Lacey's fallen ring starts ringing. Oh yeah, and by the way, it fell. The rat easily exits the fish's mouth, which makes you wonder why he didn't just walk out to begin with, and picks it up as the episode ends on a cliffhanger. Before we can truly understand what the show's about, I'm gonna go over just one more episode. Next episode, let's go! One thing that is immediately noticeable is the jump to HD. It's really nice considering how the first episode is pretty blurry to look at. The episode begins with Lacey being captured by the rat. I can only assume that the ring led her to being captured as nothing is ever mentioned about it. Upon the rat showing Baron Lacey, we can see that she underwent some changes since last time. It appears she's gotten breast implants. I'd say she needs more self-confidence. Flat-chested women are fine. I mean, you can't even play the fake ones on them. Baron becomes excited yet again, and he can't control himself when his tentacles come shooting out from underneath his cape. Baron stops himself as he realizes that he's on a kid's show. You can't do nasty things like that on a kid's show, right? So, to fix this, he changes the rating to a good old XXX. Baron starts things off by shoving one of his tentacles into Lacey's mouth. A cocking good way to start things off, if I do say so myself. Unfortunately, Baron doesn't last that long, as about 5 seconds into it, he blows his damn load. Look, we've all had our first times, but I think I can say that a minimum of 5 minutes is acceptable. Oh, but he's not over yet. He turns her forward and shoves another tentacle inside her ring hole. It feels good for sure, but this is so obviously still his first time, as mistakes do occur. He gags at the taste of her grapefruit, and quickly fills her every hole before even asking if she does anal. He fires off more cock juice and rips her shirt off. He squeezes and pulls on her nipples so hard that you think he'd just tear them right off. And wouldn't you know it, he blows his load a third time, and he's not even inside her that time. It's really getting ridiculous by this point. The semen to cum rate is a miracle. After you think it was finally all good and done, he morphs his 3 tentacles into one mighty cock. He rams it right inside her, bashing his way through what appears to be sticky jello. I'd say it's safe to say that she'd be walking like a crab for at least a month. Yet again, the quick bastard finishes in less than a minute. After the thrashing is over, Lacey says that she actually likes the thrashing and to get back into it. A montage starts rolling showing all the eating, moon-bearing, cock gouging, titty spitting, rock rocking, candy sniffing, licky lackies, John jacking, Jack jacking, and of course, Jackie jackings. He even manages the 20 tentacle splits. Hell, they even go at each other so hard that Baron's dick is actually seen poking through her stomach. Oh, and you better believe that there was plenty of splooging along the way. Some can make the argument that this is a physical representation of the stress that the developers of modifiers felt as their overlord Nickelodeon pounded them in the backside to rush out episode after episode. But really, it's just a woman getting fucked by a tentacle monster. Lacey turns into Zero while midway on Baron's albino gravy machine. She literally busts his nut one last time and escapes leaving a trail of cum. Mole appears out of nowhere, and considering the massive wang Zero took earlier, I wouldn't be shocked if Mole was somewhere inside her the whole time. While the two walk off, Zero shows Mole her pair of pears and causes a robo-boner. Despite Mole not wanting it, Zero gets what she wants, and we soon see her riding up and down on that telephone pole. A great episode all around. It's just a shame we never did get to find out anything from the cliffhanger from last episode. It's a big letdown in that department. Now that that's all over, what did I think of the series? Well, I don't really know because I blocked out about halfway through the video if I'm being honest. Okay, but serious talk though. The main bulk of this episode is over. What happened to modifiers is a damn shame. The beginning bit I showed you was the show's pilot and only episode. Nickelodeon didn't want the show to be aired because it featured a female protagonist, which is bullshit. When I watched Modifiers, I was amazed by its art style and comedy, something I haven't felt in a while for a cartoon show. There's so much potential in this becoming a series that I'm sad that it never got a second episode. The porn of Modifiers had made it so there is zero chance in this ever getting another shot on the small screen. You know what? Do a quick Google image search of Modifiers. Go ahead, I'll wait. Didn't take that long to find porn, did it? As a kid's show, Modifiers doesn't stand a chance to get a recheck from Nickelodeon because of this. Maybe the creators could create a spiritual successor on something like Kickstarter. I can see that the people behind this have some great talent, and they deserve to have a shot at it. I just hope that if a spiritual successor did appear, that porn wouldn't follow it quite like it did Modifiers. Thank you so much for watching this video. Hopefully it didn't scare you too much. If you're interested in XCOM or Paper Mario Color Splash, I made some videos on them letting you know what I thought. I really do hope this video wasn't as hard to watch as it was to make. Like my